Good morning, guys. Praful here. Welcome back. Thanks for joining in. Today is 16th of September. Today is the third weekly expiry of this month, and the markets have been just moving up relentlessly. So it's kind of puzzling for a lot of people. Like everyone's expecting some sort of a correction at one point, but the markets being markets, so they'll give you the correction when it's least expected. So as of now, we opened slight gap up and there was a good amount of strength, and even now currently the strength's coming from Bank Nifty, but IT is kind of doing the balancing act by showing some sort of a weakness now. But IT being IT, it can pick up at from any point. So IT का कोई भरोसा नहीं है. And as of now, my sizing is somewhere around 5,000 quantity, and the funds used are somewhere around 46 lakhs. I have kept another 6 lakhs as a buffer, and I'll use this quantity towards the later part of the session. So I have my calls spread across 17,600 and 17,650, and my puts are at 17,450 and 17,500. I'm paying almost 3 rupees for the hedges, which I feel is exorbitantly high, but can't help it. It's India, it's SEBI, it's our dumb regulators, and it's just like the ease of doing business has never been so good in India. But yeah, all that said, currently we are close to 2 points, and the algo is doing decent, and the algo has already captured like 8-9 points of decay already. And in spite of the fact that there is good amount of volatility, but the option premiums are not indicating that. So the range for the day should be ideally 17,500 to 17,600. So this 100-point triangle should not be much of a threat. Of course, it requires management at different points of time. कभी इसको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा, कभी उसको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा, कभी इस क्वांटिटी को उधर डालना पड़ेगा, उधर डालना पड़ेगा, वो सब रहेगा. But I somehow feel that 17,500 put option should be a very good support. क्योंकि if you look at the open interest, so a lot of put options have been built at 17,500 put options, and हो सकता है कि क्योंकि over the course of time 17,500 call options को काफी लोग short किए थे, and now those calls are bleeding. I think at least to manage those calls, the 17,500 put options build up किया गया है, but nonetheless we can't guarantee anything. But yeah, like the 17,500 put option has already seen an open interest build up to a tune of 7 million contracts already hai, and at the same time 17,600 calls maybe almost 6.5 million contracts hai. All right, the cat and mouse game has started. तो यहाँ पे जो fall आया, and there I shot at the 17,550 calls a bit aggressively, and again when this move happened, so that 17,550 call it got burnt. तो दोनों जगह पे मतलब मार खाया, and I gave up pretty much like 5 points in this fiasco. जो यहाँ पे adjustment ये दोनों इसके चक्कर में I had to give up like 5 points of my profits. Like I was up by almost 23-24k, and I had to give up completely, like पूरा complete हो गया. And at one point, like I made some executional errors also, because this was pretty fast. I'll let this expand to 14. जब तक कि 14 नहीं जाता तब तक कुछ नहीं करूंगा. उसके बाद like I'll play the risk off method. ज्यादा मतलब risk नहीं लूंगा. I won't short the closer options, though probably I'll try to stay as far as possible. So that would be the approach. And yeah, अभी algo the first exit, we got the first exit, and it's waiting for the next right time to enter the trade. So it has made around 2,150, that is somewhere around 6 points capture कर लिया algo ने, and it's waiting for the next entry. तो जैसे perfect time मिलेगा it'll take the entry. तो यहाँ पे wait कर रहा है entry के लिए, and yeah, as of now we are cost to cost, and it's kind of expected. Last I think last 3 expiries were kind of sellers expiries, and this expiry was kind of expected to rattle the sellers, so that's what happened. And even now, like, we have a good 20 points to collect, so if this 100-point range holds, then probably I don't think we should be too concerned. So at any point, like even if I collect like 10 points for the day, so that will be a very good outcome, considering the fact that we already saw a 70 points down move and a 70-point recovery. So these V-shaped recoveries are getting like quite common. Let's see. I'll keep you guys posted. So all right, guys, time is 12:18, and of course, I was expecting some amount of downside, but mad strength coming from Reliance now. So आज IT silent है, but Bank Nifty and Reliance are showing extreme signs of strength. So uh, I've given up all my profits and I'm down by slightly under 2 points, 1.5 2 points down here. So that's okay. So I've at different points I have tried to manage my risk, but when market moves something like this, when this 17600 call option, when it spikes from 12 to 19 and 20 in no time, so there is nothing much you could do. So of course, like this MTM drawdown is kind of expected. So yeah, I'm sitting on a 17550 put option, so around 50 lots are on that, and around 20 lots are on 17600 call option, and the rest are at 17650. So let's see how the market's going to turn out. Like if we start heading higher, though obviously like I'll have to shift all my calls to 17650. So I'll take that decision when it reaches 20. तो यहाँ पे मैं stop loss नहीं रखा था. Okay, yeah, I've kept the stop loss, but like I'll revise it to 20.4. So if we make an up move of over 4 points now on the 17600 call, then probably I'll have to take it out. So it leaves me no other choice but to take it out. So even if I make like 0.5% for the day, like I'll be pretty happy, because whenever during the expiry, when we have these V-shape kind of moves, so it gets a bit tricky. So sometimes your adjustments work, sometimes they don't, and yeah, can't help it. काफी ज्यादा टाइम है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. I might get stopped out, I might book really good profits, like एक adjustment में एक काफी भयंकर profit आ सकता है एक adjustment से. Anything can happen. So this is not final, and the 25,000 profits that I was sitting on at 940, that was not final, and what happens at 2 o'clock, that's not final. So once I close my terminal and once I call it a day, that is when I can say that, bro, like I made so and so, I lost so and so. Till then, like nothing is final. This is kind of, I can live with this. So the risk appetite for the day is 25k. So if I reach 25k, then probably I'll just risk off from everything and I just try to collect those चिल्लर जो बचता है वो चिल्लर कलेक्ट करके I'll try to come out as unscathed as possible. So that would be the idea, because there's Reliance is absolutely rocking. So almost 2328 से लेके holy Reliance is 2.5% up and ITC is 7% up. क्या चल रहा है आज मार्केट में? मस्त. So unless we see a couple of red candles both in Reliance, and which will translate to the Nifty's red candle, I don't think these call side IVs would cool down. But मेरा position ऐसा है कि I don't know, my position is in such a way that even if we come down, so I have 2.5 times quantity at 17,550 puts. So this will spike up. So probably like I won't realize any decay unless market goes sideways for quite some time now. At least एक आधा घंटा तो कम से कम मार्केट एक 10-20 पॉइंट के रेंज के अंदर रहना चाहिए. Only then I might realize some amount of decay, or else I'll have to play the ping pong. इसको उधर शिफ्ट करो, उसको इधर शिफ्ट करो, हो जाता है कभी कभी. And today like my judgment was not at my best. So कभी कभी मतलब यहाँ पे एक preemptive move कर लिया था puts को लेके, because I thought that okay, it was kind of a double top, partly double top pattern, and I thought like we might head lower, because the strength was only coming from IndusInd Bank and ITC. तो मैंने सोचा था कि अगर बाकी सारे चीज से मनी आउटफ्लो होना शुरू हो जाता है, then probably we might fall down. But then something else happened. So Reliance joined the party, and now we are heading higher and higher and higher as if there's no tomorrow. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. The time is 12:23. Yeah, like all that said, the coming back to the positions. So I have 50 point triangle. 17,550 पे और 17,600 पे with different quantities, because like I'm a bit scared towards the put side, so I have kept the quantity slightly lower. And on the higher side, so it's the 17, I mean it's the 17,650 call and 17,500, another 150 point का triangle है. So सब मिला के I don't think like I'll be making like lot of, I don't think I'll be making a lot today. Probably even if I get 0.5 to 0.7%, I'd consider myself lucky, because बाद में 2 o'clock के बाद अगर volatility बढ़ जाती है, then probably I'll have to make some adjustments for the delta and probably I'll lose some amount there. But as of now, this 17,550 to 17,600, we are exactly centered. 17,575 पे है, and we are kind of testing the breakout level. जहां से breakout हुआ था वही level को हम test कर रहे हैं. So if at all we breach this, then probably like I'll shift all my calls to 17,600. So तब क्या होगा? So this will be available at 7 rupees or something. So that is when like I'm gonna shift all my calls to 17,600, and उसके बाद देखेंगे क्या होगा. Because at one point these calls will just give up the value if we breach this level. तो जैसे breach होगा, like this will just crash down to 7.6. Yeah, not having like big expectations this expiry, because already ये V shape move में already मतलब सब ले लिया मार्केट ने. आज अगर कोई रिच होने वाला है तो मेरा ब्रोकर है ऑलरेडी, एक 4-5 हजार का ऑलरेडी ब्रोकरेज हो गया रहेगा, एंड आई विल बी पेइंग अनदर 2-3K बिफोर द क्लोज. सो आई विल बी पेइंग समवेयर अराउंड 7-7.5K ब्रोकरेज टुडे. देखेंगे. I'll keep you guys posted. Time is 1:09, and the algorithm, like it took all the trades and it exited, and it's not taking any more trades because it's not favorable for the algo. And yeah, it made around 2.9K, which around 3K, around 3K, and funds used were somewhere around 3.5 lakhs. तो पूरा 4.7 यूज नहीं करता है, तो 3.5 lakhs यूज किया था. So close to 0.8%. So pretty decent outcome considering the kind of moments we had. So that was the update, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. All right, the time is 3:06, and we are 6 minutes. It's been 6 minutes since the averaging started, and it was a tricky expiry because 17,600, which was thought to be the resistance, a stiff resistance, because almost 10-11 million contracts were built at 17,600 call option. But that was completely taken away. That was completely thrashed, and the 17,600 call option, which was once trading at around 4 rupees something in the morning, they spiked to almost 40 rupees at one point. So that was the kind of volatility that we saw in the market. The market was like absolutely, there were like 2 or 3 points, like this was not one of the, and today's expiry was not one of the easier expiries, because we gapped up and we made a quick 20 point up, 30 point up move, and then we dipped. It looked like at least today we're gonna trigger some sort of a profit booking, but then it didn't happen, and the dip get bought, and then from there it made a V-shaped recovery where again everything was, all the call options, like people who rolled their calls down would have gotten a big hit, and then after that, then again it looked like the downward journey might have continued, and then we saw some amount of sideways market, but then after that it was a breakout sideways and a huge breakout. Nothing was easy in today's market, because the call options were both, at one point the puts were spiking, and after some point the calls were spiking, and I had to manage at different points. And at one point, like I shorted the 17,650 puts. यहाँ पे जो दिख रहा है आपको 17,650 पुट्स को भी मुझे शॉर्ट करना पड़ा, एंड 17,600 पुट्स में तो ऑलमोस्ट मैं काफी ज्यादा 17,600 पुट्स में आ गया था. लुक एट दिस, 17,600 पुट से मेरा ऑलमोस्ट 80,000 प्रॉफिट है. तो आई हैड टू बी दिस अग्रेसिव, एंड आई स्टार्टेड शॉर्टिंग 17,600 पुट्स व्हेन मार्केट वाज एट 17,580. यहाँ पे जब यहाँ पे ब्रेकआउट देने का आ रहा था ना, यहाँ पे इस पॉइंट से ही मैं उन पुट्स को शॉर्ट करना शुरू कर दिया था, and that paid off really well, because in the money put short karna, it's not easy, right? Because one small dip can completely take you off guard, and it will just it will hamper your position. So that's why like it was a bit tricky, but managed well. Kind of made amends for all the mistakes that I made in the morning session. मतलब morning में थोड़ा बहुत mistakes किया था मैंने, इस पॉइंट पे मिस्टेक किया था, कॉल्स को काफी अग्रेसिवली रोल किया था, एंड इस पॉइंट में भी काफी कॉल्स को अग्रेसिवली वापस शिफ्ट किया था, एंड इस पॉइंट में फिर से पुट्स को एग्रेसिवली रोल डाउन किया था, तो 3 पॉइंट्स में मैंने मिस्टेक किया था. आई थिंक ऑल दैट मिस्टेक वाज कॉम्पेंसेटेड इन दिस पार्ट व्हेन आई शॉर्टेड द 17600 पुट ऑप्शन एंड देयर आफ्टर आई शॉर्टेड द 17650 पुट ऑप्शन. इसको शॉर्ट करने का रीजन क्या था? द मेन रीजन फॉर शॉर्टिंग द 17650 पुट्स वाज टू सेव माई सेल्फ फ्रॉम द गामा मूव्स ऑफ 17650. ये 17650 कॉल ऑप्शन जो है, from almost like 1 rupee or something, it had spiked to almost 5.5-6 rupee. So if he had just went up like 5 or 6 more points यहाँ से, तो this would have spiked to almost 7-8 rupees. तो उस point पे on this sizing I would have been my MTM would have been sliding down by almost 15-20,000. So in order to protect myself from that, like I shorted the 17650 puts, but जैसे इसका जो threat था वो निकल गया, वैसे में 17650 पुट्स को मैंने स्क्वायर ऑफ कर लिया. एंड 17650 पुट्स में भी मतलब थोड़ा बहुत मैंने प्रॉफिट्स बनाया है. सो दीज थिंग्स लाइक दे विल एक्सपायर, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली दे विल एक्सपायर वर्थलेस बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी बीन लाइक 10 minutes हियर. And I don't think 17650 call option will have any value as of now. So these both will expire worthless. So we have 30 paise here and around 15 paise here, so another 50 paise, so that is somewhere around 3k for the another 3k. So I'll be closing the day at 62k in this account, and on the small account, as I told earlier, it was somewhere around 2.9k. Margin used is 50 lakhs. Oh, क्या भाई जीरो द मार्जिन कॉल आ जाएगा क्या 33,000 पे? एक सेकेंड. ऑलराइट, अच्छा 33k मार्जिन शॉर्टफॉल था, ठीक है. लाइक इट्स नॉट अ बिग अमाउंट, सो नॉट टू वरी अबाउट, नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट. द फंड्स यूज्ड आर समवेयर अराउंड 50 lakhs, so more than like 1.2-1.3% we returned. And a lot of people like who are a bit adamant about the 17600 calls, nahi 17600 kabhi breach nahi hoga, maybe it might spike, it might go in the money and like then again it will come back. All those people would have been hit big time today. So all that said, I hope you guys also had a good expiry. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Friday session. तो देखेंगे कल कैसे ट्रेड करना है. I'll keep you guys posted because I thought of taking a positional trade today, but the VIX is almost up by 5%, so calendar trades are not conducive right now, so they won't be of much use. So yeah, I'm not gonna take any positional trades also. So I'll be ending this account at around 61, 62k something. I'll see you guys tomorrow.